is the scratch tonight. First game for Travis in the lineup since way back on October the 15th.
Got better as the season went on for the Oilers, but they need him to be good right off the hop. Early in the season, this time of the game for Travis. Referees tonight are Brian Palmera, Kyle Raymond, Darren Gibbs, and Mark Reeder are the linesmen. And we're ready for hockey for the first time in Rogers Place.
Johnny Oduya back to first game for Travis in the lineup since way back on October the 15th. On that trip through the state of Florida as the Oilers are dumping out deep into the Star zone. Johnny Oduya back to get it. Moves it all the way up. Pass the stick to
Scores!
Sekera, so they wave off the ice.
Scores! 13 seconds in for Connor McDavid. 1-0 Edmonton. Another turnover. Tyler Pitlick takes advantage. This is almost a bad read by Larson. He gets caught flat-footed, allows his man to go through, but what a play by Russell breaking it up. Quick transition game, and sometimes simpler is...
Starting on the line here with Spezza and the gets with it. Zone centering pass. Goski. To the side of his own goal.
This is a simple play where you're looking for pass all the way, and instead of taking the pass, the quick release gets under the arm of Elliott. A disappointing start. This one goes right underneath. He overplayed it to the outside, and it found room underneath the elbow.
Off the ice. Gibson plays it around the boards on the near side. And it's sent back across the far side of center ice. Picked up by Oduya inside his own zone. Hands it off to Roussel, or tried to. Now it's taken by Letestu, and he'll fire it in behind Antiniemi. Getting the start here tonight in this back-to-back situation after the nice performance by Kari Lettman last night. Little bank pass from Patrick Sharp, who had the game winner last night. Lobs it in deep. Both teams making their first changes as the Oilers out of their own zone. Taylor Hall had to go off his stick. Cooper sends it ahead down to Tyler Seguin. He gets through for a chance here. And a glove save by Nielsen.
Wow, get off the shot for fame. Tyler Seguin danced him. Little toe drag. Freed out by Klingberg. That's a redundancy, and then he just whips it through there. And a sassy glove save by Nielsen. Boy, tough first stop, eyeball to eyeball, with one of the leading goal scorers in the game.
Draw comes out to Klingberg for a shot that's lobbed in wide as the Chicken, no surprise, staying on this line with Seguin and Jamie Benn. Back to the line, it's Goligoski, who has added an assist after the game. Also a 3-assist game for Goligoski last night, as it turns out. Taylor Hall played at center ice. It's kicked ahead by Ben, but recovered by the Oilers defense off the stick of Draisaitl, and they can see it's here by Goligoski. Pass was deflected by Everly, but recovered and sent back into the Edmonton zone. Stars moving from left to right here in the first period, as we've mentioned a couple of times. Final visit for the Dallas Stars into this second oldest arena in the National Hockey League. Packer Raymond sends it across on the far side. Nugent Hopkins gets it in deep now in the far corner. Nugent Hopkins sends it along the end boards for Teddy Purcell. Nugent Hopkins with it again, sends it out to the line. Schultz trying to return it to number 93. It's off his skate. And it's sent ahead for Ales Hemsky. Starting on the line here with Spezza and the end mark. Hemsky sends it along. Gleiba is there and caps it to the side of his own goal. And the Oilers will come out with it. Backhanded on the far side for a rush into the Stars zone. Centering pass intercepted by Alexiak. He and Nemeth drew some praise from their coach, Lindy Ruff, for their performance last night, and both staying in the game and staying as a tandem. Fiddler knocked down by Jujhar Khaira, number 54, playing at just his fourth game, coming up from Bakersfield in the American Hockey League. A lot of injuries for these Edmonton Oilers now as they cross the line. There is Travis Bowen, but the play is injuries for these coming up from Bakersfield in the American Hockey League. A lot of injuries for these Edmonton Oilers now as they cross the line. There is Travis Bowen, coming up from Bakersfield in the American Hockey League. A lot of injuries for these Edmonton Oilers now as across the line. There is Travis Bowen, but the play is offside. Now we'll take a look at tonight's starting goalies presented by Total Hockey.
Well, Anthony Niemi goes back in tonight. He started the first 2 games of this road trip win at Minnesota and then the shootout loss in Calgary. He's 11-1-2 against the Oilers in his career. And we already know who's in net for the Edmonton Oilers. What a stop by Anders Nilsson on Sagan. Starts his 4th in a row, looking to improve his personal record to 500. He's been great lately.
He was terrific in the game at American Airlines.
He was busy.
He was busy. Faced 51 shots, made 48 saves, gave up a couple he'd like to have back. There's a long-range shot here by Korpikoski. Goes wide, rebound, chance to Niemi. Got across with the glove. Made a terrific stop on the far side as Letestu had an opportunity after the initial thrust by Korpikoski and a lead pass now for Roussel. He's tied up along the board, but rolls it along in behind the Edmonton up the near side. Cody Eakin gets one hand on it for Sharp. Eakin, Sharp, and Roussel stay together to start things as the centering pass is blocked. And taken out to center ice by Hendricks. He'll just roll it in deep as both teams will look to make changes. Two top lines will come out and go head-to-head once again. Draisaitl, Hall, and Everly for the Oilers. There's a lead pass for Ben. He's in behind the defense with a shot. A save made by Nielsen.
Boy, it's the same pair on defense for the Oilers. They got roasted on the first shift and glided through again on their second.
First time Sagan, second time Ben. Now Sagan's pass for Jamie just out of his reach. And this will go far enough.
By the Oilers.
Hopkins, he tries to send it toward the Stars' goal, but it's cleared away by Sagan to center ice. Then across by Schultz, picked up by Greiba along the boards in behind the end. Hopkins gets a stick on it. It'll on the end boards, it's Purcell centering pass. And it gets by a couple of sticks, and the Stars able to get to it to push it to center ice.
9 goals.
Now Purcell hands it off. Nugent Hopkins with a shot that's blocked by Goligoski. Nugent Hopkins follows up, but it's knocked away from him, and Nichushkin will send it across. It was deflected, and Goligoski has no play except to lob it back the other way. It got by Greiba, and that's going to be an icing call against a play. And with a lot of wins the draw from Sagan. Long back shot, found its way. Hang on to it, but Lander wins the draw from Sagan. Long range shot by Lander wins the draw from Sagan. Long range shot found its way through, and Niemi able to hang on to it.
Ryan Nugent-Hopkins.
Way back when, it used to be the different styles were making the fight. Now every team's just about the same. But back then, it was like
another turnover.
Who were up against it financially would come out and try to kill the Dallas Stars.
Allows his man to
pretty simple shot from the blue line off that
breaking it up. Quick transition game, and sometimes simple is better. This is a simple play where you're looking for pass all the way, and instead of making the pass, the quick release gets under the arm of Elliott.
Just about the same.
Disappointing start. This one goes right underneath the overfader to the outside, and it found room underneath the elbow.
Tyler Pitlick's been a 5-year pro and
just about every time
he's supposed to be a regular. He's been hurt, and he's in his opening night lineup. The young Oilers, who were more talented against him financially, would come out and try to kill the Dallas Stars, who were more talented, and they would hang with them. Pretty simple shot from the blue line off that faceoff win. They tried to hang with them, and they would till the end, and then the cream would rise.
He can't put the draw save. Niemi makes another stop.
Well, that's almost identical to the goal that was scored by Calgary. The shootout started.
There's Hutchinson on the shot that's blocked. Yeah, both cases ways are 12. Looks like the Stars did, but it didn't buy everybody. All of a sudden, the goaltender's forced to make a save.
Well, the Unis have to be sharp here. A couple of tricky little plays in tight.
Comes in a hurt. Here's Hutchinson across the line. He drops it back. Yeah, Mark sends it up for a chance. It's deflected. And just right on the near side.
Hammond jumped up as a defenseman on the rush. The Oilers didn't have any heat coming with the forwards back. That's why Hensky had as much time to delay and then spot the defenseman joining and hit him.
Now will do you. That's it off to them. As the Stars trying to complete a change. Colt Seager will deflect it along in behind Nielsen. He plays it up the near side. Garrett couldn't get it out of there. Now it's picked up by Fiddler behind the net. Working against Payne. Wheels and fires it back in deep. Taken by Travis Ball, tries to tuck it in front. Nielsen got the paddle of the goal stick. Now it's picked up for a chance by Fiddler. And a save by Nielsen. Both goaltenders have been forced to make a couple of saves, and now back the other way. Here come the Oilers with a chance. Saved by Niemi. As Jujhar Khaira was dangerous up the right wing side.
It's a high event start to this game tonight. Good.
Saved by tucking in front. Nielsen got the paddle with the goal stick. Now it's picked up for a chance by Fiddler. And a save by Nielsen. Both goaltenders have been forced to make a couple of saves, and now back the other way. Here come the Oilers with a chance. Saved by Niemi.
Find their way out.
Can't find their way out at all. It really is quite an amazing accomplishment and puts Edmonton on the map. The seats, okay, the executive suites are just amazing. Great viewpoints all around. This scoreboard, Jim, is one that I think people are just find themselves almost staring up at that more than even the game.
But it won't become iconic until the players in it become the stars instead of the building.
That's the key. I think the time has to come for this club to get into the playoffs and be competitive.
As Jujhar saves it now back the other way. Here come the Oilers with a chance. Save.
Defensive side
Was Ben Holt. Fortunately gets back up to look to make the play, but he was stunned a bit there. And Cody Eakin sends it left wing side. Broken up by Glava. Eakin follows up now and pushes it deep into the Oilers zone. Runs into Schultz. Sharp trying to get in there on the forecheck as well. Now Sharp has it knocked away. Hendricks challenged by Roussel. The puck comes free. Korpikoski on the far side is bumped. They jam up along the boards. Korpikoski finally get it to the middle of the ice. And Letestu will send it in deep in behind Niemi. Goligoski back there to get it. 6.5 gone by here in the first period. That's the center ice for Sharp. He got a stick on it, so the icing waves off, and the Stars will make the change they were looking to make. Danger pass intercepted in front of him for Sagan. And did Nielsen get a piece of that? It's centered from the end boards all the way out to the near side for Jamie Benn. He'll hammer one here right through, and a save by Nielsen. Cleared off the far boards, and now the Oilers back the other way. Penalty against Edmonton will stop this rush.
This is off the hook tonight.
Wow. Darnell Nurse going to the penalty box. A lot of activity in these first 6+ minutes. No score.
Well, no score here, and that's a small miracle with the chances at both ends. It's been pretty wide open. Stars top line has had some golden opportunities. There's been some catastrophizing in the Oiler defense. A simple D-to-D gets poached by Jamie Benn. He feeds Sagan. We saw a lot of that last night, too. Tyler Sagan finished the game with 8 shots on goal, missed the net a few times, and he missed the net in the slot on that one.
Darnell Nurse is in the box, and a power play, the first of this game for the Dallas Stars, who haven't been getting that many opportunities in the box.
Missed the net in the slot on that one.
Darnell Nurse is in the box, and a power play, the first of this game for the Dallas Stars, who haven't been getting that many opportunities, and they've gone a little bit stale with the man advantage. Right here, the Oilers control and able to send it all the way back down the ice. The Stars overall still ranked third, but 0 for 7 in their last 3 games. They've just 3 power play goals in their last 8. Spezza. Sagan sends it across. Here's Benn. Jamie Benn with a shot pass to the ball. Redirected by Sharp on a save made by Nielsen.
Yeah, Nielsen's been really good. Even a play with Stars up.
Benn will set it's kept in by Spezza. Hands it off. Short-handed Oilers control the draw, but around it's kept in by Spezza. Hands it off now for Jamie Benn. Benn will settle things down now as they spread it out on this power play. Nobody moving right now. As Spezza sends it across now. Klingberg left point. Walks to the middle of the blue line. Now hands it off on the far side. Sagan with it there. Lets it go. Redirected by Benn up high off the glass. Coming down to Spezza to keep it alive. Sends it across on the far side. Here's Tyler again with a drive and a save by Nielsen. And it's up on the netting and out of play.
You want the one. Tyler 0.
And big indeed. He's listed at 6'5", 227.
Be on that.
Happy be a great tactic by Benn. It's off on the cross now.
Over. There goes everybody.
Coming back as here for Jordy Benn with it. Sets up along the near boards. 55 seconds remaining in the Edmonton penalty. Goligoski straight away. Little backhand flip now for Nichushkin. Hands it off down low for Hemsky, who walks it up high. Alex Hemsky now straight away. Goligoski didn't have a shooting lane. Back to Hemsky, far side. Goligoski again. Near side now for Jordy Ben. Jordy takes a look, goes back to Goligoski. He'll try a shot pass to the front. That was blocked by Hendricks. Comes back to number 33. He'll hand it off on the far side for Hemsky again. Near side, he tried to hit Jordy. Now center right in front and covered up in the crease by Nielsen. Hendricks comes back to number 33. Now center right in front and covered up off. He'll try a shot pass to the front. Now by Nugent Hopkins
on the lip and missing the net.
for the end of this power play chance, but it's knocked away and cleared down the ice by Nugent Hopkins, who's bothering Klingberg, who circles around now with 15 seconds still remaining in this power play. Klingberg will hand it off on the near side for Patrick Sharp. Sharp takes it deep, all the way to the corner, angles it off. Jordy, now center right in front and covered up
by Cam Talbot. The Flames got a lot of their offense from their defense, and Giordano got the puck to the net on that shift.
They do. A new head coach, Glenn Gullikson, knows that if this team's going to be successful, you still have to have that push from the back end, but they have to be a much better defensive team. And I think that was from day one really the focus of just an all-around 200-foot game for these Flames.
What do you think he's looking for by splitting up Giordano and TJ Brody? That was such a good pair.
Well, I think they're just trying to get as much depth as you can and see what you have on the back end. But Jim, we've seen already the pairings change.
One and done.
Sharp takes it, and it's cleared back out to center right.
Flaky, 19 minutes, 31 seconds of 1 hour.
Fiddler back the other way now on the right. Back gets it in front. Trying to hit the stick of Travis Moen, who's coming in. Now it's back to Moen along the end boards. He battles in deep as it's knocked away. Again, near side, he tried to hit Jordy. Now center right in front and covered up in the crease.
For the Edmonton Oilers. They've had the attempts, though, but this is regular season hockey, and you got to block shots. Bowman gets one right in the hand. That one smarts in front of the net on the penalty kill. Englund does a nice job. McDavid goes and forces, and there's 3 big blocks that nicked up all 3 Calgary Flames who did them. What's going through the mind of Brian Elliott, though, right now, Jim, in his first game with a new club?
Jordy, now center right in front and covered up in the crease.
There's that presence from the blue line you mentioned, and Giordano faking, trying to find the seam. You know on penalty killing that you're going to get a block shot, and so a heads-up play, puck retrieval, getting it to the high man, but part of the reason why I think the shot was, look at, there's nobody in front. I think Giordano was waiting to see if one of his teammates get into the eyes of Cam Talbot, and instead Talbot able to pick that one out of the crowd.
Lyrical passing. Will play the front of the net on this power play.
19 minutes, 56 seconds.
For Moen and Nurse to go at it again. Now Nurse able to get a stick free. It's out to the line, and going to be a hooking call here. And this might be with Moen and Nurse were kind of going at each other. I think Travis Moen is the one going on.
Yes, that's evident. He got on the wrong side of him, and you know it's tough to get back into the battle of games. There's no question that Travis Moen is in good shape. He got skated after every practice, extra on every game day. It's a pretty ticky-tacky little call. Boy, if you want to see the epitome of a good pro, it's Travis Moen. Boy, if you want to see the epitome of a good pro, it's Travis Moen. No complaints.
You mentioned a young player trying to make his mark in the National Hockey League. Bad timing there as Russell turned around with the reverse pass and Tkachuk didn't lay up in time. So the first penalty and an early opportunity for the Oilers to get this crowd back on their feet.
Power plays brought to you by BioSteel Sports Nutrition, the natural choice for everyday performance. Drink the pink.
Well, the Edmonton Oilers go to work on their power play, ranked 19th in the National Hockey League, as it's over the stick of Schultz and out to center ice. Schultz unable to hold that easy one in.
Well, Nugent Hopkins is the guy that most of the good flows through for them on the power play. He'll work the half wall. He has the puck right now.
Carries it across center ice and sends it to the far corner of the Star zone, and the active boards, it rolls right in on the Emmy. He covers it.
We talked a lot about Miller last night. We'll talk about it here again tonight. If you enjoyed a good one, remember Miller time is coming up later in the game, brought to you by Pilsner Brewed Miller Light. Miller was anything but light last night in net for the Vancouver Canucks. He almost ruined the evening. He was so good, right up to the point where he needed to be excellent.
And at 38 remaining in the Moen penalty, drops it and sends it, play over, covers it. With the Star zone and these active boards, It rolls right in on the end. He covers it.
We talked a lot about Miller last night. We'll talk about it here tonight. It's a good one. Remember, Miller time is coming up later in the game, brought to you by Pilsner Brew, Taylor Fight. Miller was anything but like last night for the Vancouver Canucks. He almost ruined the evening. He was so good. Right up to the point where he needed to be excellent.
And at 38 remaining in the Moen penalty. Draw controlled by Fiddler around. It could be, no, I thought it was going to be a short-handed odd man break maybe from center ice, but the puck didn't cooperate. Now the Stars do regain and dump it all the way back down behind the Edmonton goal. Schultz will start it back now. The right-hand shooting defenseman. Hands it off to Nugent Hopkins now for Hall. Taylor Hall passes blocked. It comes to Nugent Hopkins. Sends it far side. Oh, it was swept off the stick of Fiddler. And just wide of Niemi.
Boy, a little more intensity on the puck.
Now Purcell knocked away, and it's cleared by Fiddler.
A couple of curious plays there, both Sevier and Vern Fiddler, the Stars' top pair as far as penalty killers are concerned, and just about got stripped for a tally there.
Now the dangerous shorthanded tandem of Jamie Benn and Cody Eaton come out as the Oilers get it deep, and as they feed it out to the right point, there was nobody there, and Andrei Sekera has to go back into his own zone. Sekera being watched by Cody Eakin. Now it comes to Larry Korpakowski. He goes to Letestu, feeds it on the far side, a little too far for Everly. Turn back the other way, and here comes Jamie Benn. Takes it up the far side. 3 Oilers are back. And so Benn will go for a skate back into his own zone.
Oh, you don't see this much. Rag a little bit of time.
Now it's stepped all the way down the ice. Down to the final 20 seconds of the Moen penalty.
That's the thing about Jamie Benn. He's such a alert, talented, gifted penalty killer, too, along with all the offense.
Draisaitl tried to feather a pass through. Big hit on Jordy Benn, but he took the hit. The puck is going to be a hooking call here. This might be with Moen and Durst kind of going at each other. I think Travis Moen is the one going off.
Yes, that's evident. He got on the wrong side of him. And, you know, it's tough to get back into the battle of games. There's no question that Travis Moen is in good shape. The light sinning.
For the Dallas Stars, they will be short-handed.
The light sinning. Matthias Janmark sits in the sin bin. A high stick in behind the net when he raked the face of Hendricks and got nailed for it. There, the nose kicker through the head, and he goes to the box. So this game was rolling along. It was a pretty good river hockey game back and forth, and the power plays sort of messed it up a little bit, where it gets stationary in one end or the other. Stars had a power play, then the Oilers, and now the Oilers backing it up again here.
Just the second time this season that Janmark's been in the penalty boxes. 3rd and 4th penalty minutes of the season.
Young Draisaitl we talked about off the top tonight.
Now center right in front and covered up to the crease. And the puck is on to the Edmonton.
Jim, you mentioned only the 2 shots for the Edmonton Oilers. They've had the attempts, though, but this is regular season hockey, and you got to block shots. Bowman gets one right in the hand. That one smarts in front of the net on the penalty kill. Englund does a nice job. McDavid goes, he forces, and there's 3 big blocks that nicked up all 3 Calgary Flames who did them. What's going through the mind of Brian Elliott, though, right now, Jim, in his first game with a new club with so much at stake? A little bit of bad luck, but 2 shots, 2 goals. You want to erase that quickly.
Settle down, make the next save. Hope the offense picks him up. The light sitting, Matthias.
24 minutes. 23 minutes 31. 23 minutes 30. 23 minutes 20.
Plus 2 shortcut. Field in the American Hockey League again with all the injuries. Tom McClellan's club has had to endure. Janmark put it off the side of the net. It's recovered here by Spezza. He wheels, tries to get it to the front. Letestu to intercept. He angles it off the inboard behind his own net. Now it comes back to Letestu on the near side. Penalty coming against the Stars.
The game would have messed it up. The Oilers been off the back.
Draisaitl had to call. Stick. Ball. And now the Oilers into the Stars zone. It's knocked away by Fiddler, and Fiddler finds open ice and sends it all the way back down. Justin Schultz off from behind his own net. Over 7 minutes remaining in this first period, scoreless. As Purcell hit the line, it's offside.
Well, their special teams are a little bit improved, especially the other side of it here under Todd McClellan, the Oilers' 7th head coach in the last 8 seasons. Is finding the sledding every bit as tough as his predecessors have. You know, they're buckled a little bit by injuries, but everybody runs into that. Connor McDavid, the obvious one, out with broken clavicle. Yakupov, another.
Now Alexiak with it after the Stars want to draw around the boards. It was blocked on the far side. Goligoski took his man down. But now the Oilers have it. They work it around the outside. Here is Everly. Challenged by Cody Eakin. Karinen moved it along the board. Now it comes back out to the line. Sekera hands it back on the far side for Everly. Just 3 goals on the season. Now straight away it's moved to the near side. Test 2 with a one-timer. He beat Niemi, but it hit solidly off that far goal post. Held it at the line by Everly, but then he gave it away to Goligoski, who lobs it back center ice. First, right back down by Oduya. Stars are trying to make a quick change. Lobs it back center ice. Right back on the counterattack as the Stars are trying to make a quick change on the penalty kill. As Purcell hit the line, it's over 7 minutes remaining in this first period, scoreless. As Purcell hit the line, it's offside.
What a goal by Patrick Maroon! A 3-goal first period.
Another turnover. Well, their special teams are a little bit improved, especially the other side of it here under Todd McLellan, the Oilers' 7th head coach. The last 8 predecessors have. You know, they're buckled a little bit by injuries, but everybody runs into that. Connor McDavid, the obvious one, out with broken clavicle. Yakupov, another. You know, they're buckled a little bit by injuries, but everybody runs into that. Connor McDavid, the obvious one, out with his predecessors have. You know, they're buckled a little bit by injuries, but everybody runs into that. Connor McDavid, the obvious one, out with broken clavicle. Yakupov, another.
Now Alexiak with it after the Stars want to. Now Alexiak with it after the Stars want to draw around the boards. It was blocked on the far side. Goligoski took his man down. But now the Oilers have it. They work it around the outside. Here is Everly. Challenged by Cody Eakin. Karinen moved it along the board. Now it comes back out to the line. Sekera hands it back on the far side for Everly. Just 3 goals on the season. Now straight away it's moved to the near side. Test 2 with a one-timer. He beat Niemi, but it hit solidly off that far goal post. Held in at the line by Everly, but then he gave it away to Goligoski, who lobs it back center ice. Right back on the counterattack as the Stars are trying to make a quick change on the penalty kill. Straight away for Sekera. Winds up for a shot that hit Everly in front. Bounces up high on the glass. Knocked down by Oduya, who plays it off the far boards, but not out. 35 seconds remaining in the penalty to the end mark. As Letestu had it knocked away, fortunately for him, it rolled to Sekera. Now picked up on the far side for a shot pass to the front by Everly that didn't hit anything. Now here's Letestu on the near board. He's looking to make something happen. On the backhand, turns to the forehand, hands it off down low. Bobrovsky trying to get it through to Everly, and that shot was stopped by Niemi, and the puck footer on the far side all the way down the ice.
Second unit with a good rotation, obviously, and came very close to opening the scoring here tonight. Very simplistic. Run an umbrella on the top and set up someone for a one-timer.
Ball got into the zone with some speed, but Janmark is out of the box, and now here is Roussel sending it ahead to the tee as Janmark comes to the middle. He sends it in wide of the Edmonton goal. Sevier tries to wheel it to the front. He's checked by Anton Lander, who then gave it away to Roussel. Roussel turns, knocked off his stick, and it's picked up by Jordy Ben back inside the Dallas zone. Angles it off the short glass. Picked up and sent across by Kara. Hall trying to rush through. He got control. He scores! Middle. Picked up by Jordy Ben back inside the Dallas zone. Angles it off the short glass. Picked up and sent across
27
by Kara. Hall trying to rush through. He got control. Picked up and sent across by Kara. Hall trying to rush through. He got control. He scores! And back inside the fourth liner. I have a goal in his last 6 games.
East Indian.
The Dallas step aside. He did not have a goal in his last 6 games, but Taylor Hall gets his 10th in this one.
Another beat. After
6 games. And so we will step aside. He did not have a goal
At the goal, it's an Oilers.
against his 10th in this one.
At the goal, it's a box clear, goes off the glass. The Stars are changing. Then it turns into a one-on-one, and Nemeth gets fishing for the puck. Paul has wonderful hand-eye, feet-eye coordination on that one to get in, and you know, Niemi's thinking, well, maybe my D-man has it, and then he doesn't, and boom.
Nugent Hopkins sends it across now as the Oilers out of their own zone. Greibel will lob it in wide of Niemi. 1-0 Oilers. Will lob it in wide of Niemi. 1-0 Oilers. Of course, the Stars gave up the first goal last night in Vancouver. One of the many stats that they have turned upside down. They still win even if they give up the first goal. This puck bounces in on Kearns on the end board. Sekera. Checked by Hemsky and now Spezza. Kearns to the forehand, looking to dish it to the front. Hands it off a set fireboards for Hemsky. Drops it back down on the cycle for Spezza. Out near the blue line. That long reach protecting it. Away from Draisaitl. Now played along the end boards. Picked up by Hemsky. He sends it out now to Klingberg. And Klingberg with a wrist shot here that's knocked down. And Jordan Eberle with it sends it across. And Taylor Hall, the goal scorer, gets it back from Sekera with it, sends it across. And Taylor Hall, the goal scorer, Goligoski and Eberle sends it along, picked up by Taylor Hall again. Now Draisaitl. That's it out in front for Eberle, who got the stick. It looked like he was trying to pull the trigger before he had it. Now here come the Stars. Could be a 3-on-2. Hemsky hands it off. Spezza with a chance and a save by Nielsen.
And they've been solo in front of him, what, 3-4 times here in the first period? Nothing to show. And not really a great bid on that one. Late in the shift, I'm sure they were a tad bit weary.
Now Jordy Ben sends it across to Oduya. Will wrist it along in behind the Edmonton goal.
Usually your goal scorers have tons of energy, though, when they get a chance like that.
Exactly.
They could be out there for 5 minutes and all of a sudden, what?
Now Oduya, pressured by Letestu, drops it back. Jordy Ben, stretch pass attempt here. Picked up by Roussel up the right wing side. Trying to cut in on Schultz, goes behind Lynette, try to wrap around it, went off his stick. Now sends it back in deep for Cody Eakin. Eakin spins away from Henrik, gets it to Sharp on the far side. Cycles it back for Nemeth with a drive that missed the net. Now kicked along by Alexiak. Henrik overskates it. Cody Eakin now with it in the corner. Drops it back for Sharp. Sharp at the rim of the circle, tries a shot that's blocked up on the netting and out of play.
Well, Jason Spezza popped a little cover wide the...
Now here's Sagan pulling it off the wall. Tries to feed it to Jamie Benn, but it's knocked away by Nugent Hopkins. Now on a second effort, number 93 for the Oilers gets it back to center ice. Klingberg has it there. Pressured back by Purcell, sends it around. Now it comes to Tyler Sagan. He hands it off on the far side for the return, just out of his reach, and the puck rolls in. Wow. Nielsen, he covers up. Sends it along the far board. The speed. Held in by the Stars. Picked up by Fiddler. Sends it to the side of the net. Steered aside by Nielsen. Played around by Schultz on the near side. Jordy Ben is there. He couldn't get it past the stick of Gastic, and it's back the other way now, and Oilers trying to go on the attack, but Schultz was broken up. It's back inside the Oiler line. Greiber hammers it, goes all the way back down wide of Niemi. This will be icing against the Oilers.
Another game where there's no Jason Demers. They missed with two in there.
Back out to center ice. Here is Hemsky with it back at the starting line. His pass intercepted, and a chance for Carroll that was deflected all the way to the far boards.
I think especially at this point in the period, those soft cross-ice passes like that can't be in your repertoire.
Yes. Now it is sent back behind the Stars goal. Alexiak will play it back up the near side for Hemsky. Alex Hemsky lobs it ahead, trying to catch up to it is Spezza. Arrives there along with Fane, drops it back down to Hemsky. Trying to move it along the boards, blocked by the Oilers. And Hendricks starts it back the other way. Less than a minute remaining here in the opening period. As Tuckbach gets through a check, sends it to the front. A right pass save by Niemi. Now Letestu again. Turns center ice, hammers one off the near boards in behind the Stars net. Comes back behind the Dallas goal. Picked up now by Ben on the near side. Jamie Benn, 2 games in a row without a point. First time this season. He has it at center ice now. Pushes it ahead into the Edmonton zone. Double team, still trying to make a play with it. Now it's taken away Draisaitl turns. He's pressured, hands it off. Approaching 20 seconds remaining in the period. Oilers get it out to center ice. It's picked up by Hall. Broken up by Klingberg, but picked up by Carey. He tries to drop it back. The Draisaitl coming late into his zone.
Good hustle by Nichushkin to come all the way back and help out.
Now back to the life for a shot, but didn't get all the way through. It hit Hall. He turns, picks it up. Top of the fire circle, now out to second. Through traffic, where is it? And the green light goes on as a man just outside. And the
Great start for the Edmonton Oilers in their new building. It was quite a battle between Goligoski and Draisaitl in front of the net. You can see some of that back-to-back game weariness seep into the Stars late in the period. Good save by Niemi to make sure it's just a 1-0 hole that the Stars find themselves in. They did a lot of good in the opening frame. The scoreboard says 1-0 Oil.
Well, they did a lot of good things against this Edmonton team, including outshooting them 14-8. And a lot of great chances like that one by Tyler Seguin. Niemi made some terrific stops as well, but the only goal, Taylor Hall, his 10th of the year. And the Oilers with a 1-0 lead at the end of the first period. Our first intermission in Alberta to wrap up a 4-game road trip for the Dallas Stars. They trail the Edmonton Oilers 1-0. In Alberta to wrap and the Oilers 13-8. A lot of great like that one by Tyler Seguin. Niemi made some terrific stops. A lot of great chances like that one by Tyler Seguin. Niemi made some terrific lead at the end of the first period. In Alberta to wrap up a 4-game road trip for the Dallas Stars. They trail the Edmonton Oilers 1-0 as we get ready to start the second period. Fans, it's time for you to tweet your better fan photo. Be the 25th person to tweet your photo to @FoxSportsSW and use the hashtag BetterFanPhotoPromotion. And you could be on a future broadcast to receive a $25 gift card from Papa John's Pizza.
Well, it's a near miracle that the Stars aren't up by 3 or 4 goals because it was rather capacious in the Oiler end. The Stars had the opportunities too. Seguin right away, Ben twice, Seguin again. It was just repeatedly wide open top scores for the Dallas Stars. Spencer right down the guts of the slot, right down Jasper Avenue. Some of it was the performance of Anders Nilsson in net, who seems to be highly competitive and has a little bit of edginess to him and has played terrific for them recently, or fewer than 5. The last period here tonight. He's held the opponent 2 goals or fewer in 5 of the last 6 games, so he hasn't been an easy guy to squeeze a puck past.
Boy, there was a lot made in the offseason about where Cam Talbot was going to sign here, but after the triggers, and he's earned it as the puck goes into the Dallas zone to start things off here in period number 2. Counts for 14-8 for the Stars in that first period. Attack with a shot that blocked up on the netting and out of play.
That's their top pair, Sekera and Nurse. And Roussel trying to hang with him to stay in that shot lane up top. This almost looked accidental as far as the save by Niemi. You know, you look one way and it hits him. Hear the traffic in front. Look one way. Good flank save with the blocker to keep that one out. He's got long arms, much longer than Kari Letnin's, and Letnin is 2 inches taller.
Lindbergh fired one in from center ice right on the goaltender Nielsen to keep him honest as the 2 top lines out here against each other. Taken wide. Farrell with a shot. Left hand saved by Niemi. Now picked up by Seguin. Sends it ahead to Jamie Benn. Knocked off of his stick and chased down by Greiba. Niemi steps in the hit. Puck comes free now for Tyler Seguin. Makes a little move. Gets a shot through. Save made by Nielsen. Picked up now by Ben on the far side for Klingberg with a drive. He missed the net.
Boy, I mean, he was wide open, all alone with his stick high in the air. Lots of room. Terrible defensive coverage by the Oilers, but they escape it.
Now Janmark pushes it into the Oilers zone. It'll be picked up by Fane in the near corner. Rolls it around and missed the stick of Schultz. It'll be recovered by Janmark again. Trying to get it to Henke cutting in front. And Nugent Hopkins with it. Hands it off to Everly. And Everly plays it up the boards. Baccarina tried to make a play. It was broken up by Nemeth. Baccarina back to play it back into his own zone, and Fane has to go back after it. Fane in his own zone, sends it across. They look out to center ice, nothing there. The Stars have all 5 players back between the 2 blue lines. Now as it's Hendricks playing it back into the Stars zone. Nemeth will play it around. Travis Mullen tipped it off the near board, but it doesn't come out. The Deflected back to the far side. Nemeth again. Moves it to Colton Sevier. He finds Bowen at center ice now. Into the zone with speed with the Edmonton native Vern Fiddler. Fiddler peels back. That's a turn away from Korpikoski. He gets it out in front off the stick. Picked up by Sevier, and that sounded like it hit iron.
Got a peep. There's all come back to the net.
Jordy Bell with a shot just up over top of the net. Laid up the near boards, and Purcell slides it across neutral ice. Jordy Bell plays it back for Roussel off his skate, trying to make a play on it. And finally, it's backhanded by Lander into the Dallas Stars zone. Oduya will angle it off the end board. Helped around by Jordy Bell on the far side. Roussel had it knocked off his stick. Still deep in Dallas territory. Oduya drops it back to Jordy. Pressured by Luke Gazdic, former Dallas property. Played several years in the organization in the minors. There's Purcell with a shot that goes wide on the glove side. Gazdic tries to move it along. Now Draisaitl is Roussel had it knocked off his stick. Still deep in Dallas territory. Oduya drops it back to Jordy. Pressured by Luke Gazdic, former Dallas property. Played several years in the organization in the minors. There's Purcell with a shot that goes wide on the glove side. Gazdic tries to move it along. Now Draisaitl is McClellan getting his top line out here. Long range shot, rebound off the end boards. It's in the blue paint, and it comes free to the near side and cleared, fortunately for the Stars, out to center ice. Fired right back in by Cliff. It's in the blue paint, and it comes free to the near side and cleared, fortunately for the Stars, out to center ice. Fired right back in by Cliff, but it goes out of play.
That was Kara that went to the front of the net, and I think it just...
Right, rebound off the end boards. It's in the blue paint, and it comes free to the near side and cleared, fortunately for the Stars, out to center ice. Fired right back in by Cliff, but it goes out of play.
That was Kara that went to the front of the net, and I think he just sort of stumbled with his...
230.
Zach Cassian. 4-0 Edmonton. Deep in front, Niemi had no clue where it had gone. Another one of these big, juicy rebounds off the end boards. Another turnover. Just about. Kid couldn't quite find it. Happened back in the first period. Niemi had to make a glove save. This one, round big with it. Goes out of play. Niemi had to make a glove save. This one, round around for a second.
This is a simple play where you're looking for pass all the way. And instead of making the pass, the quick release gets under the arm of Elliott. For Elliott, a disappointing start. This one goes right underneath. He overplayed it to the outside and he found room underneath the elbow.
Like suspenders in a belt, his own zone throw, and there to grab the puck and get it out of danger.
It's supposed to do the regular.
Kara has been moved up on this line with Draisaitl and Hall for several shifts now, and number 54 wristed in wide of Niemi. Back to get it in. Klingberg, he plays it up the far side, and Big down the shoot, the backhand beat doesn't come out of the zone. Goes to the stick of Center and clears it. That's struck by Darnell Nurse all the way around behind the area of the near side. Galagaski will send it out to center right. Nurse back to get it. Shoot down him, handed off the end boards. Now Sekler wraps it around the near side. Draisaitl broken up by Jamie Benn. A pass for Benn and just knocked away by Sekler. Kara will get it to center ice and will roll it along in behind the Dallas goal. Settled down by Niemi and Galagaski out with it. Gets it off to Klingberg. Up the Oilers on the first period goal by Taylor Hall, unassisted, his 10th goal of the season. And Galagaski all the way up into the Oilers zone, just off the bench of Spezza. He kept it in with a shot right through and deflected wide by Nielsen. Now here's Hemsky with it back to Spezza on the near wall. Spezza with a shot again, and that climbs up off the glass on the far side. Held in by Alexiak. Hemsky rolls it around there. Spezza again, working against Nugent Hopkins. Howard Schultz able to get it out to center ice, and hustling back was Matthias Janmark to make a play on it. He'll circle back inside his own zone. Hands it off to Hemsky on the far side. Takes a little move on Greiber, takes it wide. Hemsky still controls, has it off the near side. All the way out to the line, Nemeth has it. He sends it to the front, redirected wide by Janmark. Sends it right back to the goal mouth. Off the near boards, out to the point. Nemeth again. Wilson saw that one all the way. Schultz didn't get much on that clearing attempt. Nugent Hopkins getting some help from Greiba. And now Schultz will give it back to big number 62. He rolls it back in deep, and a little pressure there from Sevier. And Nugent Hopkins able to get it off the wall for Jordan Everly. Long-range shot here. And that's deflected up on the netting behind the Indian out of play.
Well, I know in past, Lindy Ruff has talked about the lack of execution sometimes with his group offensively. And I think they've sort of drifted into that territory once again. And not just tonight. Last night, previous games on this road trip, they had to rally with the whip to start it off in Minnesota. But you can't squander as many golden chances and expect to win.
Kane sends it along in behind Niemi. Picked up in the far corner. Ramsey goes it back later. A centering pass. Good stick there. And it's broken up by Fiddler. And back the other way now. Sevier hands it off on the far side for Jordy Ben. Back for Colton Sevier. Now on the inboard. Picked up by Fiddler. Gets away from Gassick. Sends it out far sides. And the shot by Jordy Ben. Off the inboard. Picked up by Travis Moen. Moen behind the net. Trying to stuff it to the front. Blocked by Fane. Lays it up the near side. Oduya will hold it in. Sends it right back in front. Just missed the stick of Fiddler. And it rolls out to center ice up the far boards. And Lander will just try to get it deep. It actually hit the official. And now it's sent back the other way and just jumped over the stick of Patrick Sharp, who just came on a change. Sekera off the glass. Bounces it back inside the star zone. Goligoski has it there for Klingberg. 13:40 remaining here in the second period. Lead pass now for Sharp. Redirects it in on Nielsen. Quickly moves it out to center ice. Stars back inside their own zone. Here is Klingberg with it. Drops it back, and his partner Goligoski have to go all the way back to the near corner to recover.
Where the Stars have really sent their wingers to the far blue line a lot in this game. The Oilers like to pinch up like that. The middle has been wide open.
Now a battle in the corner to the left of the Edmonton goal. Now behind the net. Sharp took a hit back there from Hendricks, and now it comes to Letestu at center ice. Little backhand flip into the Dallas zone as the Oilers were actually making a change as they brought it up the ice. Goligoski back the other way. Hands it off for Valachukin, who dumps it in wide, goes in after it. Got a stick on it, and rolls in on Nielsen, and he covers up. Just over 7 minutes into the second period. Nielsen's been perfect at 1-0.
Center ice, but that's what happened on that last exchange. The Stars on the goal.
And then he covers up.
Reisman, and that's what happened on that last exchange. The Stars on Vern Fiddler. Takes it there to knife that one away. The Edmonton boy, he told us, he tipped us off that he had a bet with a buddy here, that his buddy had to lose 20 pounds. And if his friend didn't lose 20 pounds, he would have to show up at an Oilers game like this. Cowboy Lou Gaines. Speedo cowboy hat. 20. Cowboy Lou Gaines.
Carrying on Nemeth on the forecheck. It's a puck comes around on the near side and out of the Dallas zone to center ice. Alexiak beats it ahead for Nichushkin. Nichushkin puts on the brakes. Now backhands it along. Driver stepped up though for the Oilers to intercept. And he plays it off the far boards and out to center ice. Oilers on the attack now. A pass over the stick of Hall. And it's picked up by Jamie Benn. He'll start it back up the left wing side into the zone. And was Nichushkin outside? Yes, he could not quite hold. The attack now, a pass over the stick of Hall. And it's picked up by Jamie Benn. He'll start it back up the left wing side into the zone. And was Nichushkin outside? Yes, he could not quite hold up. And the lines will blow it down.
It scores! Two goals of the night for Zach Cassian.
When you watch some individuals, Jamie's having a tough time putting the
And was Nichushkin outside? Yes, he could not quite
another
hold up.
turnover.
And takes it. The lines will blow it down.
What a difference when you watch some individuals. Jamie's having a tough time putting the puck back in the net right now, but he does other things. He hustles.
And
Quick transition game, and sometimes simpler is better. This is a simple play where you're looking for pass all the way. Instead of making the pass, the quick release gets under the arm of Elliott. For Elliott,
a disappointing start. This one goes right underneath. He overplayed it to the outside, and it found room underneath the elbow.
To catch Taylor Hall. Tyler Pitlick's been a 5-year pro, and just about every time he gets close to being a regular, he's been hurt. And he's in this opening night
on the intensity throttle coming the other direction. Jamie went offside. He's the lodestar. What is a lodestar? A lodestar is the star that guides ships, and he's guided the starship. It's having a tough time scoring in Edmonton again. Same thing happened last year. They got beat 4-0 here.
Sekera, giveaway. He tried to set up Spencer. It was blocked, and Yanmark tried to make a play. Tracked away from him and pushed ahead by Nugent Hopkins. It's around 20 minutes. Sends it to the front. Quick redirect to the save by the Emmy. Comes up on the other side of the yellow zone, picked up by Sekera, trying to come out of the corner with it, bending off O'Doyle with one arm. Now Sekera returns, looks to the front. Pass blocked by Jordy Benson, right back to the front. Gets on the save by the Emmy. Pushed to the near boards by O'Doyle. Now back to the line. He drops it back for Spencer. Into the zone, makes a move, trying to get it to the back, and he does! And Nielsen the save.
Trying to rush. Again, capitulation from the Oiler D.
The Lone Stars ship is starting to list a little bit. You can tell there's some weary legs. It was a hard-fought game in Vancouver last night. Had a tough time in and around the net. I think the Emmys been exactly what they needed and expected them to be. They've broken down a few times. At the other end, the guy's just been perfect. Boy, that's beautiful. In full flight, Jason Spezza manipulates the puck, gets a backhand bid in on Nelson, but he'll have none of it.
Well, you know that Nielsen's good one-on-one with the shooter because he's perfect in his NHL career shootouts. 6-0, including the recent win here against Boston. Fiddler out near the line, knocked away by Gastic.
0% vertically scrolled. Going back.
Pushed the net, took his eyes away, and the Emmy still found it. His peekaboo game tonight has been phenomenal.
Plays it ahead. Blocked center ice by the Stars. Pushed ahead by Digger. He was defended well by Purcell, who turns it back the other way. Eddie Purcell across the line. Little backhand feed. Centering attempt. Blocked by Goligoski. Up the far boards, and the Oilers get a stick on it. Back near the line. Now it's sent across for Klefbom. Long backhand shot redirected by Gastic, and a save made by the Emmy there.
Yeah, welcome, Matt, for Luke Gastic, right in front of the Emmy here on this ship.
Greiba plays it back into the Stars zone. And Stars get to it. Klingberg snaps it ahead. It's backhanded by Sevier. He'll get it in deep as that line will head to the bench. And the Eakin, Roussel, and Sharp trio will come out now for Lindy Ruff. Trying to find that first goal here on the road in Edmonton. Here is Sharp circling. High slot, takes a look with it. Rising shot knocked down in front. Hit the big defenseman, Greiba, who tries to rush back the other way, but it's taken away by Alexiak. Handles it off the boards now for Roussel. He drops it back for Cody Eakin. Eakin backhands it along. Roussel chasing after it. Pushes it up the near boards. Nemitz sends it back in deep. Jumps away from the stick of Eakin, and that allows the Oilers to clear it back out to center right.
Well, sometimes Patrick Sharp's just a jolt of energy within the game, isn't he? He comes out and sprightly, dances around a little bit. Here he is again.
With a steal. Looking for some help. Sends it in front for Cody Eakin, and then to the near side for Alexiak. Eakin again tries to feed it up to Sharp. It deflects all the way to Nemeth. Nemeth with a shot, seeing eye, hit a stick and went just wide. Angle off the near board by the Oilers, and it bounces out to center ice. Klingberg back to get it. And there's some pressure there from Draisaitl, trying to push it out of the zone. It doesn't come out. Here is Hall with it now. His pass is blocked. He knocks it down with a glove. Turns, has it on the forehand. Tries to feed the point. Knocked away by Sharp. Is he going to be able to break with it? He could not. Now it's broken up by the Oilers. Sent back the other way. Draisaitl battling to get position on Nemeth. It's on a penalty. A rebound and a chance is stopped by the Emmy on the delayed call.
Wow. Pretty
Sent back the other way. Draisaitl battling to get position on Nemeth. It's on a penalty. A rebound and a chance is stopped by the Emmy on the delayed call.
Wow. Pretty strong.
Got a credit to Draisaitl here. It wasn't a clean situation, but he had Nemeth on the wrong side of the puck. Power play for the Oilers when we come back.
On Draisaitl's bulwark to the net. And he just held off Nemeth. Stars with a curious change on this one. Boy, he's held he paid for it. Jamie Benn came in and filled him in. And on the tail end of all of that, Antti Niemi had to deal with Taylor Hall right down the slot and stopped him. Louis DeBrusk and Darryl Ray both looking at number 29 and saying it looks better on Draisaitl than it did on those two individuals. He's a good one. It's a little rich for him to be playing in the spot that he is right now, but because of injuries and a lot of the Edmonton Oilers right now, they're going to have to make a deal around here. I think everybody feels that.
Right.
Need some different pieces. They got a lot of sameness. And right now they get an opportunity to give themselves a little breathing room on the power play. You can feel this game starting to... There have been some forays by Dallas down into the Edmonton end of things, but it's starting to tip a little bit.
Third power play for the...
There have been some forays by Dallas down into the Edmonton end of things, but it's starting to tip a little bit.
Third power play for the Oilers as it's broken up by Sevier and forced out to center ice. Two previous power plays for the Oilers not only failed to produce a goal, they only produced one shot on goal. Korpikoski has to go back.
54 minutes, 8 seconds of 1 hour.
The glove turns, has it on the forehand, tries to feed the point, knocked away by Sharp. Is he going to be able to break with it? He could not. Now it's broken up by the Oilers, sent back the other way. Draisaitl battling to get position on Nemeth. It's on a penalty, rebound, and a chance is stopped by Niemi on the delayed call.
0% vertical score.
32 in the season. And they lead 6-0.
Another turnover. Tyler Pitlick takes it for and this is almost a bad read by Larson. He gets caught flat-footed, allows his man to go through, but what a play by Russell breaking it up. Quick transition game, and sometimes simpler is better. This is a simple play where you're looking for pass all the way, and instead of making the pass, the quick release gets under the arm of Elliott. A disappointing start. This one goes right underneath. He overplayed it to the outside and found room.
He's a good one. It's a little rich.
He plays on the spot throw, and just about every time he gets close to being a regular, he's been
Right now, but because of Antti Niemi had
The puck is because of the Oilers when we come back.
on Draisaitl's bulwark to the net, and he just held off Nemeth. Start forays by Dallas
The Oilers
into the Edmonton end of things, but it's starting to tip a little bit.
third power play for the Oilers as it's broken up by Sevier and forced out to center ice. Two previous power plays for the Oilers not only failed to produce a goal, they only produced one shot on day. Korpikoski has to go back up to this one, busted out for Sekera. Up the right wing side for Jordan Eberle. Eberle now hands it off on the test two across the line. Drops it back and nobody was there, and Sekera has it. As the Oilers have to get back and regroup. First period goal by Taylor Hall, his 10th of the year unassisted at 14:49. All the scoring so far tonight as the test two across the line with Eberle. He drops it back to the line. Sekera hammers a shot, knocked down in front, picked up by Eberle. Tries to pick a corner, missed the net. And Cody Eakin trying to get by Sekera. Able to force it out to center ice.
He's buckled by that shot block. Can't get off.
Jordy Bet couldn't play it up the wall. It was blocked. All able to move it along. It's angled off the boards now for Schultz. Schultz sends it on the far side. Knocked back by Draisaitl. Here is Schultz with it again. Top of the near circle. Nugent Hopkins with it. Decides to go back to Schultz for the long one-timer. Fought out by Niemi. Loose puck. Not tied up by anybody yet. As it ends up along the end boards and swept around by Jamie Benn and got enough on it to clear it all the way down the ice.
So really good work by those four, especially the three down low. Ben, and Johnny Oduya, who's in a lot of pain on the Stars bench.
Now Purcell on a rush into the Dallas zone. Draisaitl drops it back to Schultz. Up high, rocks the puck, hands it off now to Nugent Hopkins. Back to Schultz on the far side for Hall. Hall with a shot that was blocked by Alexiak. Now pushed to the corner for Draisaitl. Knocked away by Goligoski up the boards. Here is Hall with it. Hands it off. Draisaitl drops it out high side. Nugent Hopkins goes back. They shoot for a shot that was blocked to the near corner. Out of the box now comes Nemeth. He's right in on it. Taylor Hall pins him to the boards, and the centering pass picked off by Alexiak. He just lobbed it back to the wing. Was over the stick of Sharp, and that's going to be icing against the Dallas Stars, who are 3 for 3 on the penalty kill.
Well, that was an excellent kill. A lot of shot blocking and hustle. They're in a bit of a tough spot here right now, though. The best chance that the Oilers had was after the shot block by Oduya. And right in the slot, Eberle doesn't have assists yet this season. And as you mentioned, only 3 goals, misses this thing in the high slot. Stars have 3 defensemen on the ice right now, do they not?
Because of Nemeth coming out of the penalty box on the icing, and here's a shot block in the high spot by Goligoski. Goligoski, Nemeth, and Alexiak are out there along with Roussel and Sharp as it gets to center ice, but will it go far enough to make the change? Sharp will get to the bench. Now it's lobbed back behind Niemi around the near side. Taylor Hall sends it back to the far side of the Star zone. Antoine Roussel is there. Roussel's going to try that long back pass. Didn't work out. It was blocked by Klefbom, who sends it back along. Niemi blocks it behind the net. Hands it off for Goligoski. Around now for Roussel, who just backhands it off the far boards and down the ice. And this will be icing again.
Oh, not a good decision by Roussel, obviously, as they had full control and not a ton of pressure. And sometimes weary lungs and legs turn into weary minds. And they're still trying to get things completely sorted out here with these back-to-back icings. A dangerous spot in the game right now for Lindy Ruff's crew.
That's a one to draw to the corner, but Eberle got there first for the Oilers. Now he plays it along the end boards, and it's Nemeth who gets to it. Plays it up the near boards, but not out of the zone. It'll be chased down. Macarena reverses, hands it off to Eberle. Eberle lost edge on the skate. Now Nugent Hopkins drives it back. Eberle back to Nugent Hopkins with a high slot. He tried to feed it to the line. It's blocked by Spezza and back out to center ice.
They finally get part of their change in here, man. It was a long time to have 3 defensemen on the ice.
Donnell Nurse back the other way. Takes it into the Star zone. Broken up by Klingberg, who will backhand it off the near boards and up the center ice. Draisaitl just did get it to Paul, who tried to make a little move on Spezza. Knocked away by Hemsky in deep. And Niemi out to play it along the near boards. Good decision there, and now Janmark, far side. Goodness. Hemsky hands it off. Here's Klingberg with some speed, but broken up and back the other way. Oscar Klefbom into the Star zone. High slot. Carroll sends it back to the line. Here is Klefbom. Tees up for a drive and a save by Niemi. And he will hold it there. 4:42 remaining here in the second period. Still just 1 goal, and it came in the first
6 goals.
attempt right here for Taylor Hall. 1-0 Oilers late in the second period. Oilers at Rexall Place. Rated for the holidays, 1-0 Oilers here in the second period. Holidays just around the corner, and you can take care of all your shopping with the Dallas Stars Holiday Hat Trick. Get 2 tickets to 3 Stars games starting at $90 plus a Stars sleep fleece blanket for free. The Dallas Stars Holiday Hat Trick makes the perfect gift this holiday season. Get yours at 214-GO-STARS or DallasStars.com. Oilers want to draw Greiba's shot. With Draisaitl going to the front of the net, he got a stick on it. The save made by Niemi. And now we get a whistle for a hand pass, I believe.
When Korpikoski was along the boards, and you end up on faceoffs like that with usually a defenseman and a winger along the boards, and he went straight to the front of the net. Sagan went out to contest that point shot, and if there's a rebound, he was all alone in front to grab it. The Stars look tired again, and understandably so.
Yeah. Greiber drives it along the boards behind Niemi. Bounces off the skates of Klingberg, and now Letestu trying to make something happen. Angled off the board now.
Breakaway pass for Gaudreau again.
Haven't been able to make that one work quite yet, and there's a nice goal.
This is going back to the mid-'80s as well between Edmonton and Calgary. You got one star at one end that's getting a lot of attention, so what is the guy Marcus trying to do? This is Johnny Gaudreau. He's trying to make something out of nothing. He's got such an ability to put the puck into a safe area. Another common thread, keeping the legs moving and making something happen. 3 great moves that created a scoring chance out of basically no chance.
David against Monahan.
Next keyboard short. 1 hour, 2 minutes, 14 seconds. 1 hour, 2 minutes.
Hemke tried to drop it back, but it's picked off.
Next keyboard shortcut should
And it'll be sent by Lander all the way back down the ice.
That was pretty good. Win the draw, and Jordy Ben's got a real sneaky wrist shot from the point. He hit his own player with it on that one, but they came close.
Hemke pushes it along the end boards. Nichushkin able to get it to Jamie Benn. Angled quickly off the boards. Goligoski goes back to the captain. Benn on the far side for a one-timer. Save made by Nielsen. Picked up by Jamie at the top of the near circle. Out to the line, Goligoski. Hemke, Nichushkin. Jordy Benn also out here. Here's Jamie with a shot that's off a stick. It sails wide of the Edmonton goal. Picked up by Goligoski on the far side. Now Jordy Benn able to get it loose for Val Nichushkin. Nichushkin out of the corner with a pass across. Hits a skate, and the Oilers get to it first and send it down the ice.
Trying to get it all the way through to Hemke on the near side. Man, it's hard to get a shot straight from the point through to the net in the NHL right now, even if the other side has one fewer player on the ice.
Look out here, turned over off the stick of Spezza. Now Letestu picks it up. And a man going to the front of the net in Lander, but end up along the boards now behind the Dallas goal, picked up by Klingberg. There's 20 seconds remaining in the Hendricks penalty.
Yeah, they can't get their power play to do them a favor right now, all of a sudden.
Andy Benn trying to burst through, nearly pulled it off. Now it's taken away by Letestu. He clears the zone. Really back now is Sharp. Hands it off on the far side for Spezza. Return for Sharp. Takes it deep up. A minute, 41 remaining here. Off a stick and picked up though by Spezza. Spezza far face-off circle with it. Tries a shot up high on Nielsen, who makes the save and covers up with a minute, 41 remaining here. In the again turn for Sharp. Takes it deep. Going to get around Sekera. Off a stick and picked up though by Spezza. Spezza far face-off circle with it. Tries a shot up high on Nielsen, who makes the save and covers up with a minute, 41 remaining here in the second period.
A little bit of frustration now, and obviously having to go to the lottery picker as far as changing things up a little bit when you're not getting what you want. And I think also the beginning of this trip began with a back-to-back set, and Lindy Ruff had to jockey changing things up a little bit when you're not getting what you want. And I think also the beginning of this trip began with a back-to-back set, and Lindy Ruff had to jockey things around and just try to drive a little bit of energy into the group. And I think because the power play hasn't been doing them any favors and trying to get something out of it, he did it again here late.
Face-off control by Fielder. Shot, rebound chance, another one, they score! Matthias Janmark!
Hasn't been doing them any favors.
Another one, they score!
He did it again here late.
Face-off control by Fielder. Shot, rebound chance, another one, they score!
They score!
Matthias Janmark!
Matthias Janmark!
Face-off plays, face-off wins. Comes right out of that pressure on the power play. And Janmark, who scored a wonderful goal in Calgary. Big Alexiak on the far side. I mean, that long reach. He's a lefty. He can step right into it. Fiddler wins the draw. Quick wrister. He gets in behind the defenses. It's terrible coverage by the Oilers. And 2-3 whacks at it. They finally solve Nielsen. Sweet on sweet.
1-1 is our score with under a minute and a half remaining in the second period. Hall trying to get free from Fiddler.
He's just trying to draw a call. He was good on the rest, not calling back.
Now it's out near the line. The Oilers are going to hold it in. Draisaitl. Pushed to the outside by O'Duyan. Now Kara trying to make something happen in deep behind the Dallas goal. And finally reaching out with the glove as the Emmy covered up.
I like Matthias Janmark. He's the type of guy that the coaches really appreciate. You know, everybody appreciates the Tyler Sagans and Jamie Benns of the world now, but it's coaches that look at video, a lot of it, and they see the little things that a guy like Janmark does. He gets his stick involved defending. It's like a tire iron in the spokes of a bicycle when he's defending. And he's starting to find his range again offensively.
You mentioned second goal in 3 games now for Matthias. Alexiak and Fiddler on the assist.
It was good aggressive all around by the group on that attack zone faceoff.
Now here is Sharp, feeds it left wing side for Jamie Benn, getting in deep behind the Edmonton net. Knocked away from him. Sharp had it for a moment. Rolls off of his stick out to the line. Alexiak used the long reach to keep it alive. Here is Sagan. Jamie Benn back for Sagan. He battles with Sekera. Now Sharp reunited with these two. Trying to battle through Nugent Hopkins. Sekera comes up with the puck along the near boards. Leads it to his partner down on there, up the far side, and it doesn't come out of the zone for the Oilers. It'll be picked up here by Benn, but knocked away from him. And look out here, the Oilers have a 2-on-1 from center ice. Everly looks across. He waits, and he lost it. Well, they never got a shot away. Now Nurse out at the far point. He'll try one that's blocked by Alexiak, who fails to clear. Nurse again with a shot, knocked down by the glove of Alexiak. He picks it up, and he will get to center ice and flip it back toward the Edmonton zone. A little bit of adventure in the closing seconds of this second period.
Very happy about the one that wasn't called. And then the call that McNeven.
Looked like King Kong squatting planes from the top of the Empire State Building. Everly's got no confidence, no hands right now. Something to some trade rumors around here. He just ginsued that thing into the corner after they flew the zone and then got a 2-on-1. He got nothing, not even a shot on net out of it. Yeah, big goal by the Stars late in that middle frame. Obviously.
0 for 2 on the power play, including a late second period opportunity. But after the pressure of the power play, a face-off win, Alexiak shot, go to the net. Matthias Janmark is rewarded. And we have a 1-1 game through 40 minutes. Stay with us. Our second intermission activities are straight ahead. Final NHL season for Rexall Place, the iconic statue of the
floor when they as Northlands Coliseum. Oilers came in 79. I think WHA team before the NHL team. Then Skyreach on to Rexall. Yeah, they, 5 Cup champions. The names in here. It's a Hall of Fame of Hall of Famers is what it is. Yeah. And the new building downtown, which will open up next year. And hey, this has been a grand old edifice. It's seen a lot of phenomenal hockey through the years, but it's time. And we're looking forward to that. I know that everyone around here is for sure.
It's time to have a bathroom on our level where we broadcast games.
Yeah. I'm going to stop bringing my catheter to the press box when we come to Edmonton next game.
2-1. 1 hour, 9 minutes, 1 hour, 9 minutes, 44 seconds. 1 hour, 41 minutes, 50
forecheck of Laurie Korpakowski. It bounces off of Roussel on the far side. Now Oduya, a little bit of difficulty with it. Comes to the near side. Jordy Benn angles it off the boards, and Sharp trying to get a stick on it. Does. He's angled off the puck by Darnell Nurse, and it's picked up. It's knocked away from him. Picked up by Sharp. Shot. He tried to go far side on Nielsen. Now it's teed up by Goligoski. Save made by the Edmonton goaltender. And here's Jamie Benn with it now. Trying to cut to the front. Lost it. Recovers it. All the way back near the line. He hands it off to Tyler Sagan. Sagan, little self-chip off the wall. Hands it back to Sharp. Right in front. Redirected. A save by Nielsen. Backhand it again. And another stop. There's the top line for the Stars coming close early here in the third as they did to start this game. Icing.
Patrick Sharp out here with a long shot. He's like, hey, my old buddies are back on the ice. I'm staying out here. They almost cash in. Sagan and Benn. I don't know that either of the tight end shots were real hot shots. A little deflection. That's a difficult one for Big Nelson. Great concentration on that. Second one hit a leg in front. Oilers are forced to ice it. Now Big Val's out.
Face-off ends up below the goal line. Picked up by Jamie Benn. Trying to stuff it in front. Recovered now by Nichushkin. Far side. Far point. Lindbergh sweeps it toward a crowd in front. Blocked to the far side. Korpakowski tries to play it up the boards, but it's blocked. He has it again. Now it goes off a skate of an Oiler. Now Nichushkin swoops in and gets it. He angles it off the boards, but it was on the wrong side of Klingberg and goes all the way down the ice.
And a tough pass allows the Oilers to get their fresh legs on the ice here now.
Now Klingberg hands it off far side. Goligoski enters the zone. Softly chips it in deep. Draisaitl spins away from Nichushkin. Now it's pushed up the far side. Pulled off the wall by Sagan, but trickles out to center ice. Jordy Benn hammers it right back in. Hands it off for Hall, off his stick, turned over. Here's Janmark for Hemsky. Hemsky takes it deep. Around the net. Holds on. Tried to get it to Spezza. His stick was tied up. Now Jordy Benn with a shot that's blocked. Pushed along, and Oilers turn it over again. Still in Edmonton territory. Now knocked away from Janmark. And Taylor Hall, the Edmonton goal scorer, starts it back the other way. Now Kara puts it in front. It sits on the ice right outside the Dallas crease. Pushed to the near boards, and the Stars get it out to center ice. Janmark starting it back. He's got Spezza coming with speed. Janmark hits it other side for Hemsky with a shot. And a save made by Nielsen. Now Spezza back to the line. Poked away from Nemeth. And out to neutral ice.
Stars have controlled the play to start this third period. First 3 minutes, they pretty much owned the puck.
Lead pass down for Fiddler. Redirected in along the boards behind Nielsen. He sweeps it to the far corner. Schultz up the far side. Everly. Puck in his skates. Challenged by a couple of Stars players now. Finally the puck tops free. Nurse back behind his own net. Off a stick. Recovered by Everly. And he gets enough on it to get it up to center ice. Stars get to it quickly though. Right offside. The Stars thought they had tagged up, but they did not. So now they have to just fall back. As Nurse from center ice wristing it in wide in the Emmy. Picked up by Goligoski off the end board. Didn't get it by Anton Lander, who drops it back in deep. Jastic got a stick on it. Now here is Lander. Walks up the wall with it. Tries to backhand it to the corner. Fiddler pinned along the board. Puck comes straight. It'll be picked up by Travis Bowen. He'll start it back. And from center ice, he'll lay it softly into the Edmonton zone. Taken away by Sharp, who hustled down. Anticipating Nielsen was going to play that puck. Now Sharp out near the blue line. Had it knocked away by Sekera. Sharp had positioning, and he'll just skate it back into his own end and regroup. Turns it back up the ice. Hands it off on the far side. Eakin rolls one in on Nielsen. Just angled his goal stick. Put it up high on the glass. Jordy Benn chops it back. Roussel. That shot was blocked by Hendricks over the far side. And Greiba with some help able to get it to center ice.
Well, they have the Oilers just chasing. I'm sure the conversation in the Stars room between periods was about will more than anything else. Finish this road trip off with a great period. Lindy talked about that in the back-to-back to begin this when they played at home and then went to Minnesota. That will would be important.
Yep.
Way more important than skill.
Oilers from deep in their own zone. Goes off the stick of Jamie Benn. Recovered though by Hendricks back deep in his own zone. Angles it to the far side. Korpakowski just trying to clear. Successful doing that. And Nemeth backing up into his own zone. Gets the return here from Jamie Benn.
And here the building enlivened a little bit here, trying to urge on the Oilers.
Shushkin was knocked off his skates.
Like a little flying chicken wing.
Now it's off the stick of Jordy Benn. He'll chase after it as Kara was coming in looking for some loose change. Now the Oilers have to get back to center ice. Now it comes to Kara again across the line. Knocked away by Jordy Benn, but not out of the zone. Draisaitl pushes it back in deep. Here's Hall. Jordy knocks it away from him up the far side. Draisaitl has it one more time toward the front of the net. Blocked. And a lead pass from Hemsky behind everybody. Here's Janmark coming in for the shot. The save made by Nielsen.
In behind the Oiler defense again. Janmark's had a great game tonight. Well, there's nothing to look at, I don't think, for the Stars shooters against this big Nielsen. He's just filled the net.
Now it comes to Klingberg. He'll flip one in on Nielsen, who just blockers it to the far corner. Nurse pressured by Janmark. And by Goligoski, or rather Hemsky, and that puck deflects out of play.
Unlike me back in the day, I like to create some openings for the shooters. Just as you take more himself.
16 minutes, 1 hour, 16 minutes, 36. 1 hour, 16 minutes, 1 hour, 16 minutes, 36.
Coming off a third bases more than
Nothing to shoot at.
1 hour, 16 minutes, 26 seconds. 1 hour.
Looks like he's going to get there tonight. And then some.
0% vertical score.
Leavier back to get it. Coming off a 38 save performance in that shootout win over Boston a couple of nights ago.
He just has a bit of a presence about him in there.
He does.
He did in Dallas, and he has here again tonight. That's one area the Oilers have
had trouble.
Here's Fiddler. Quick shot and a save made by Nielsen. He thought he had it covered. It popped free. Out to the line, Nemeth. Patrick Nemeth hands it off for Fiddler. There's Fiddler trying to make something happen. This was the crew that was responsible for the Dallas goal there late in the second period to get us to 1-1.
Yeah, it was a weird sequence. It was a bit of a broken line augmentation sequence of the game where the Stars had a power play right after they had mix and match players on the ice and cashed in.
Backhanded by Letestu in behind the Emmy. Emmett wraps it around. Hendricks waits. High slot Letestu. Hands it off. Now angled off the near board. Down to the line. Nurse with a shot. Didn't get through, and it's all the way outward. Sharp can skate away with it. Hands it off on the far side for Antoine Roussel. Forced to the outside by Schultz. Now Purcell between the legs, tried to clear. Eakin blocks it, sends it back along the boards behind the Edmonton goal. Up to the near side. Oilers just looking to clear, and Letestu taps it to center ice Hendricks. Right wing side, and will dump to the corner there by Purcell. Cody Eakin with it. Pressured. Now the puck rolls up the board. Sekera spins back, trying to make something happen here. Sekera along the wall, hands it off, looks for the return, and it's broken up by Nichushkin. He'll start up the right side, trying to get those big strides of his going. He's turned back, still has control of it. Sends it far side. Oduya with a shot that was blocked before it got to the Edmonton goal. Now backhanded out through center ice, and a race for it here. Hustling over Oduya. They got there just ahead of Draisaitl. The center ice, it jumps over the stick of Jamie Benn, and that's going to be icing against Dallas.
Well, Big Val Nichushkin has been impressive on this road trip. Another great pass through the middle of the box in the attacking zone. And, you know, he scored that brilliant goal last night, but I think it's been his puck movement as much as his puck muling. Hustles down, holds some people off. Look at him, straight arm. Turns back against Greiba, finds the seam in the middle of the ice, and Oduya on the back door gets a bid.
So it's all about the coaches wanting him to do everything in his game a little quicker. Fraser, right? They, move his feet, move pucks.
Well, he's certainly done that. I mean, his skating has been outstanding.
Nugent Hopkins broken up by Jamie Benn. Neutral ice. Here's Nichushkin back into the offensive zone with a wrist shot. A save made by Nielsen. He'll hold it there. And we will step aside. 11:36 remaining here in the third period. Will we need more than that?
With some pop here in the third period, they've outshot the Oilers 8-0 in the first 8 minutes and change. Guys who have led as far as time on the ice. Again, the Stars played last night. Sagan and Benn have combined for 10 shots. Nelson's been terrific in net for the Oilers. I mean, this really could be a high-scoring game right now with the chances we saw, especially in the first two periods. Instead, it's a 1-1 goalie duel.
Off the draw, quick shot, and another save by Nielsen. That time off the stick of Goligoski. Wheeled to the corner by Janmark. Now Hemsky with it out to the line. Klingberg couldn't keep it in. Handled off the boards and loose in the middle of the ice. Poked ahead by the Stars, but recovered by the Oilers. Stars have doubled up Edmonton 36-18 shots on goal. Goligoski pushes it ahead. Center ice. Here is Spezza. Across the line. Takes it wide. Intercepted by Purcell, and Spezza went down. It's going to be a penalty here. It's going to go against the Edmonton Oilers.
Interference starting out.
Intercepted by Purcell, and Spezza went down. It's going to be a penalty here. It's going to go against the Edmonton Oilers.
Interference starting out. Nurse was down in the corner with Spezza when he came into the zone with the puck, and there's more verbal disagreement from the Oilers. And he hit him right in the chops, too. The puck was long gone. Ref was 10 feet away. And it wasn't... Spezza was not engaged with Nurse. He was engaged with another player. And I bet you that's why they nailed young Nurse, who makes his second trip across the ice. Well, here you go, right? See how the Stars unfold this here. They're going to go with the conventional #1 power play that we've seen. See if they can shake themselves out of their little funk they're in right now.
Well, they've hit the magic number with their third power play. The Oilers control the draw, and they get it off the glass, pass Spezza down the ice.
I still find it incredible that Tyler Seguin only has 3 power play goals so far this season with the number of opportunities he's had.
Look out here, a giveaway. Letestu pushes it off the boards, and the Stars are going to recover. But again, that's good crisp passing or decision making coming out of the zone here.
John Klingberg's had some moments with the puck here tonight.
Far side now for Sagan, and that didn't have enough on it. The Oilers got there first and pushed it back.
No, a guy who can run the point too and did it for a decade in Chicago is sharp, and he, I think, has been terrific tonight.
Jamie Benn sends it around behind. Nielsen picked up though by Greiba, and he failed to get it by Tyler Sagan, who snaps it across to Jamie Benn. Out to the line for Spezza now. Now the number one power play unit has it set up in the Edmonton zone here. Approaching the halfway mark of the third period. 1-1 our score. Jamie Benn back to Spezza. Out to the line for Klingberg. Looking far side. Sagan's ready for the one-timer, but it comes to send to Spezza. He'll hammer a shot that's blocked. Off the leg to the far side. Recovered by Klingberg. Walks to the middle of the blue line. Hands it off Sagan to the front of the net. Blocked by the Oilers. They pick it up and send it down the ice.
Well, they tried to tug at the Oilers a little bit, and they stayed rather strict with what they were doing, and the Stars very perimeter with their power play here.
Down to a half minute remaining in the Darnell Nurse minor penalty. 9.5 remaining in the third. Here's Hemsky, makes a move, gets in for a chance here, and a save by Nielsen.
Boy, whether it's even strength or on the power play, their D are getting blitzed at times tonight. This is a seductive and alluring rush by Hemsky into the interior. Wrist shot. He's beat some goaltenders with that. Boy, shades of early in the season when he was like this and producing goals and points. And again, Nielsen, a heartbreaker. Good stop. Sea of good stops from him tonight.
22 seconds still remaining on this power play. Face-off kicked in deep by Eakin, and Nichushkin going to use that long reach of his. Greiba pushes it along, though, for Hendricks. Has an opening and flips it over everybody all the way down the ice.
I'm curious to see what the scoring chance total is at the end of this game for Dallas. There have been a lot.
Brody Benn carries it along as Nurse comes out of the box. Around on the near side for Nichushkin. Now picked up by Hemsky. He's pinned to the boards. And the Oilers come out with it. There's the defenseman up on the rush here. Winds up, has a little room, goes to the top of the circle. Save made by Niemi. Now Eakin starts it back the other way. Hands it off on the far side. Colton Sevier. Hands it along the boards behind the Edmonton goal. Wrapped around the glass. Klingberg waiting at the point. Again could not hold it in. Now Cody drops it back for Oduya, middle of the ice for Colton Sevier here. Carry up the far side into the Oilers zone. Drops it off. Janmark with it. Tries to roll it back in deep. Vern Fiddler coming out of the corner. On the backhand. Off his stick.
Wow, they're going to call that.
Boy, Fiddler did a good job moving his feet, but wow.
Yeah. Here comes the power play again.
Edmonton with 5. 2 minutes for holding.
You hear the call against Mark Fane for holding. Power play Dallas when we come back.
Anders Nilsson has had a large tilt tonight in the pipes for the Edmonton Oilers. Only the one shot has eluded him. 36 of 37, a big reason why. This is a tie hockey game. Major reason why it is. I mean, it started on the first shift of the game. Sagan all alone. Benn all alone. Benn all alone. Sagan all alone. I mean, these are the leading scorers in the National Hockey League that have been in tight all alone, shooter against goalie. And he has bettered them repeatedly. Such a big guy, terrific awareness. You can tell he's pretty competitive. I'm sure this is a welcome challenge to go up against the #1 offense in the league here tonight. 18 scoring chances for the Stars in the game. And they'll get more here. Fane in the box. The Stars are 1 for their last 18 against the Edmonton Oilers on the power play. 1 for 18.
Second power play of this third period. 4th of the game. Face-off though controlled by the Oilers. They've done a good job starting off these power plays, winning that draw, and it's dumped all the way back down behind Niemi. Settles it there for Klingberg. Out here with Sagan, Jamie Benn, Spezza, Patrick Sharp. Klingberg drops it back here. Spezza with it. Carries across the line into the zone. Takes it by wrist shot and a save by Nielsen. And the puck cleared to the line, but held in by Jamie Benn. Hands it off to Spezza at the half wall. On the near board. Now to Klingberg. Klingberg waits, lets it go. Redirected in front. And cleared by the Oilers, but not out. Picked up on the far side. Shot pass to the front. Oh, and that was off of something after Jamie Benn had a great opportunity. Went out the far side of the Oilers cleared. Klingberg drops it back. A familiar drop pass in neutral ice for Spezza. Now for Tyler Seguin. Angles it off the boards for Klingberg. Sends it across for Sharp. Sharp with a shot. Save made. Loose puck out in front of an open net. And cleared aside by the Oilers to the far boards. Tyler Seguin puts on the brakes. Gets to the top of the circle. Tossers it back down to Klingberg. Back for a one-timer by Seguin. That was blocked by the defenseman Sekera. Comes right back Seguin. Hands it off in deep. Angled off the boards. Nice Benson picked up by Klingberg. Klingberg now for Sharp on the near side. Back for Klingberg. Far side for a one-timer that didn't get all the way through. And Sekera is buying his time. Backhanded all the way down the board. Less than half a minute remaining in the feigned penalty.
Again, the problem isn't creating opportunities to score. The issue for the Stars tonight is actually scoring the goal. Boatloads of opportunities.
Lead pass for Hemsky. Tried to dart in on a nice feed, and it rolls all the way to the Oiler crease where it's covered by Nielsen.
Boatloads of opportunities.
Lead pass for Hemsky. Tried to dart in on a nice feed, and it rolls all the way to the Oiler crease where it's covered by Nielsen. So at least a face-off. Razor deep in the Edmonton zone with 10 seconds remaining in the fade.
Here's that big deep drop that the Stars use on their entry. This is a real deep one. In comes Spezza. Goes through the labyrinth and tests Nielsen. Stars followed that up again. Wrist shot from
deep in the Edmonton zone with 10 seconds remaining in the fade.
Here's that big deep drop that the Stars use on their entry, and this is a real deep one. In comes Spezza, goes through the labyrinth and tests Nielsen. Stars followed that up again. Wrist shot from distance. There was a rebound on the far side. Ben almost scored on that one. He almost scored again on a backdoor setup from Tyler Seguin. But it's a night of just abouts and almost for the Stars offense.
Fiddler goes down to one knee to win the draw, but it's recovered by the Oilers, and they send it all the way down, and that's going to do it.
Well, they survived that one. That was the best.
But Sekera hurt. The zone with 10 seconds. Lead pass for Hemsky. Tried to dart in on a nice feed, and it rolls all the way to the...
Is actually scoring the goal. Boatloads of opportunities.
Lead pass for Hemsky. Tried to dart in on a nice feed, and it rolls all the way to the Oiler crease where it's covered by Nielsen. So at least a face-off.
839, October 12th. 0% vertically scroll.
5 assists for Ryan Nugent. Oh, goodness. Another turnover. Tyler Pitlick takes advantage.
Play keyboard shortcut. Pause keyboard shortcut.
And this is almost
Razor deep in the Edmonton zone with 10 seconds remaining.
Allows his game to go through, but what a play by Russell breaking it up. Quick transition game, and sometimes simpler is better. This is a simple play where you're looking for pass all the way, and instead of making the pass, the quick release gets under the arm of Elliott. For Elliott, a disappointing start. This one goes right underneath. He overplayed it to the outside, and it found room underneath the elbow.
Tyler Pitlick's been a 5-year pro, and just about every time he gets close to being a regular, he's been hurt, and he's in this opening night lineup that gets going.
Don't you think it's because of injury that he's in?
It's a night of just about play of the night for Dallas.
0% vertically scroll.
Shots. No style power play. No style points, though, and as the boys in the truck alluded to 6 minutes ago, who do you think's getting the next penalty for this one? I'll guarantee it's not going to be Edmonton.
Well, he's had a long pass around the board now for himself. He drops it back looking for Fiddler. Didn't hit the mark, and it's cleared by the Oilers outside the line. Kind of buy some time there, though, with Sevier. But the Oilers get it back. And they head to Taylor Hall. Knocked away, but recovered here by Draisaitl. Draisaitl coming in. And the Emmy keeps got the ghost of it away. Cleared up the board by Eakin and Michelle. A second effort even to get it all the way to Alexei at center ice, and he'll hoist one in on Nielsen. A bouncing puck, and he has to be careful with it. And he'll hold it for a face-off. We will step aside with 5:24 remaining in regulation. Oilers and Stars tied at 1.
Open the scoring for the Oilers. I don't know that he's spun a wheel since then. And Matthias Janmark likes Alberta. Scored in Calgary, south of here, and has scored here tonight. As promised earlier, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. Look at the 2 goals in the game. Back in the first period, late in the first period. Little turnover miscue by the Stars, and then Patrick Nemeth got walked around by Taylor Hall. Real odd off-balance goal. And then the tying goal late in the second period. Face-off win by the Stars. Janmark got to the net. And bad coverage again by Fane and the Oiler defense. And that's been it. Other than that, it's just been pure Nelson.
Shots are 42-20. Shot at 10 for the Rangers. 73 for the Stars.
What is it? Oilers. It's just been complete combination of the scores. Boy, it was a little move.
The Edmonton goal, Spencer. Looks it to the near board. He's picked up by Hesky. Hesky below the goal line. And Darnell Hesky down on the far side. Onto the line, Goligoski. That was blocked. Back out to center ice in front of the Dallas bench. It is offside. Everly trying to make something happen.
Stars got beat 4-0 here last year when they walked in. The former Dallas Star, Mr. Bachman, was in the pipes that night. And you tack on, he stopped all 29 that night. Nelson has stopped 41 and 42 years a night. They're having a problem solving net minding in Edmonton right now.
Nurse off the board. Purcell couldn't control it. Just redirects it down inside the Dallas line. Now just inside 5 minutes remaining here in the third. Lead pass. Metzer redirects it toward Nielsen. He moves it away from Janmark. Eddie Purcell along the near boards. Angles it off the glass. And here's Alexiak with it. Middle of the ice now for Nichushkin. Bursting through. Will he get a shot away? Ooh, it's hooked down. That was in front of the Dallas bench. It is offside.
Little spacewalk afterwards by him.
Trying to make something
afraid to get involved physically. And Jonathan Quick's going to stay on the bench. Down by 2 with just over 2 minutes to go.
Amazing to think that after that Game 1 gap, Smith has been very dependable in net.
Nielsen, he moves it away from Janmark.
Just listen to this atmosphere.
Along the near boards, angles it off the glass.
Off the face-off, Tally of the backhander went through the blue. The puck coming out of the zone automatically. 2 minutes to go in Game 6.
Wow. If it's power plays aren't stacked up, I think Dallas is on the power play right now.
Sent deep into the Stars zone, wrapped around, but not out. Greiba, did he hold that one in? No, he did not. That came outside the line. Yep, line went right down below. Val Cormier with the call.
Big Val and his ability to just plow through the opposition. He gets met by a sea of blue jerseys and just goes straight through everybody. 4 of them chase him in, and nothing wrong with that one. Again, they shouldn't handicap it, but when you have a team that's had the puck as much and outplayed the other side as much, it shouldn't be a shock that the power plays are 5-1 in the game.
Yeah.
This hasn't happened a lot for the Stars this season.
Back pass now for Nichushkin off of his stick, but in deep. It'll be Nielsen moving away from Nichushkin, following up though with Jamie Benn, pushes it to the far corner. It's coming on the far side by Kara, and he's able to get it out to center ice. O'Dowie with it. Off the near boards into the Edmonton zone. We're under 4 minutes now remaining in regulation around the boards. And Draisaitl. There's it. Brody Benn. Bring it right back in. I thought this was the part of the game where the team that traveled last night, the Dallas Stars, might start to show signs of weariness. But here come the stronger team as this has moved on. And here comes Sharp. Takes it wide into the Edmonton zone. Tried to go back to the point. It was broken inside the line. Went in, but he did not. That came outside the line. Yep. Line went right down below it.
Boy, Val Cormier with the call. Big Val and his ability to just plow through the opposition. He gets met by a sea of blue jerseys and just goes straight through everybody. 4 of them chase him in, and nothing wrong with that one. Again, they shouldn't handicap it, but when you have a team that's had the puck as much and outplayed the other side as much, it shouldn't be a shock that the power plays are 5-1 in the game.
Yeah.
This hasn't happened a lot for the Stars this season.
Right pass now for Nichushkin off of his stick, but in deep. It'll be Nielsen moving it away from Nichushkin. Last night, the Dallas Stars might start to show signs of weariness. But here comes of the stronger teams. This is was broken up, though, by Karen. He sends it across the near side of center ice, and Taylor Hall will send it back behind Niemi, who slowed it down with a goal stick, and it's picked up by Goligoski. Out of the Star zone, he hands it off to Klingberg. Moves it up on the glass set behind, flips it around the far side. Schultz sends it back along, and it's along the boards and out by the Oilers. Goligoski gets there, moves to Klingberg. Klingberg got it into the Edmonton zone. Taken out by Nurse.
Speech on. Cancel. Record. Done. Input game. Pause.
A rare face-off in the Dallas end of things because of that. You can't ask for anything more than what you've received from your group if you're the Stars coaching staff. I agree with you. They should be on fumes right now. They look like they were sputtering a little bit in the second period, and then they find a second wind, third wind, if you will. Second period, and then they find a second wind, third wind, if you will. I mean, this is tough. That was a hard game last night in Vancouver. Long travel, late night.
Nugent Hopkins with a face-off win, driver shot off the skate of Nemeth, and he will flip it back the other way. Glove down. Now off the stick, and the Nichushkin delayed offside, so the Stars go back and tag up, and the Oilers from behind their own net started up the ice. Far side for Nugent Hopkins. Tries to get going with some speed to the neutral zone. He does. Hands it off. Looks for the return, but it's a shot that gets through. To Niemi, who has it on the glove and a face-off of the Dallas zone.
They just have not had the puck an awful lot to do what they just did. There's Jordan Eberle, who had that great chance back in the second period when he walked in on a 2-on-1 and then everything got a shot off. He looks completely off his game right now.
Yeah.
He's a team worst, -11. He hasn't had an assist in a month. He's been back for a month. He got injured in camp.
Worked off the near for Lobster Sharp, and he'll start it back the other way. Far side now for Roussel. Will down the break, which is met by Sekera. Sends it along the boards for Cody Eakin. Now behind the net, it's picked up by Sharp. He skates it off the far side. Sharp hits on the brakes. Now backhands it along the end boards. Roussel pushes it up the far side. Draisaitl gets there for the Oilers. And able to clear it. Turned right back by the Stars and backhanded by Eakin from the Edmonton side of center ice. So he got it deep so they can make the change. We're inside 2 minutes now remaining in regulation. Angled off the boards. They're ahead for just a moment. It's knocked away. Recovered by Goligoski. Feeds it on the right wing side for Klingberg. Klingberg top of the circle. Look one go. Tip by Hextall off the side of the net. Quick centering attempt. Didn't get what he wanted on it. Razor is covered up by the Edmonton goalie.
They're a 90%er tonight. 90% of the things that are unfolding are perfect. It's the last 10% where they execute around the net. It's a real hard pass, nicely picked up by Klingberg. Then he just leads Hemsky going to the net. None of the Oilers went with him, and that was against the grain on Nelson. Difficult to deal with from a goaltender's perspective. Beautifully set up. Architects all the way up the ice on that.
Face off left of Nielsen. It's Stetzer, Janmark, Hemsky, Goligoski, Klingberg, and the draw move controlled by the Oilers. Angled off the boards out to center ice. Hemsky's there. Back for Klingberg. Brings it up the near side. Now off the stick of Hemsky. Deflected back deep into the Edmonton zone. Schultz moves it around. Left on. Lays it up the near side. Hendricks. Lander. Now Letestu sends it in deep. Niemi did come out to try to play that. Lindbergh tried to move it along. It was blocked. Now Lander tries a centering attempt. That didn't get through the stick of Klingberg, and we're back the other way. And it's taken by Yermark. A minute remaining in regulation. A pass in front looking for Stetzer. Goes all the way to the near boards. The Oilers are there, and they lift it back out to center ice. Nichushkin hands it off for Oduya. Oduya plays it back up the far side. Oilers intercept. Now it comes to Nugent Hopkins. Ryan Nugent Hopkins pulls up just inside the line, but had it knocked away by Jamie Benn, who flips it back out the other way. Nugent Hopkins back to get it again. He's thrown over by Benn, who tries to get a stick out, and he does. Now here is Nichushkin feeding it for second for a shot far side. He didn't miss by much.
What a quick play by Nichushkin. What a bold play by Benn to start it off.
Eberle on the far side, just trying to lift it out of there. He did. Jamie got a stick on it, but it's recovered by the Oilers. Nugent Hopkins center ice. Sends it far side, goes off a stick, picked up by Eberle. Good diving poke check, though, by Oduya. Now Purcell, Kendall on the boards. Final 10 seconds of this one. It's along the end boards. They try to get it to the front. They do. Picked up by Jamie Benn. He eludes a check and angles it off the board. And we are going to bring it down at 3 here at Westall Place.
1 hour, 39 minutes.
The lineup. Pressure made by Nielsen, and he drops it down.
1 hour, 39 minutes.
To cut it the other way. Settle now for Hall. All across the line. Back to the front of the far side. Redirected it high to save made by Niemi. And now Jamie Benn. Oh, he lost it. Cross saddle ball. Good recognition.
1 hour, 40 minutes. 1 hour,
This guy only has 4.
1 hour, 41 minutes. 1 hour, 41 minutes. 15 seconds. 1 hour, 41 minutes. 58 seconds.
And then right after that, it rattled off the skate of Tyler Seguin and his stick on the far side. Those two bobbles led to the Beverly wrister
1 hour, 41.
over the glove of Niemi.
Play keyboard shortcut, Dave. Pause keyboard shortcut.
The better team didn't win tonight, but that's the roll of the dice once you get into overtime. Hard-earned point by Dallas. They deserve the full 2 points here tonight.
Well, they get 6 points on the trip racer. They go to 42 points, 8 points ahead of second place St. Louis in the division. For Darryl Ray, the rest of our crew, I'm Dave Trader. Thanks for joining us. 2-1 in overtime. The Oilers over the Star.
Set swipe, assistive touch menu. Notification custom divide on. 4, G2, a beat 9, W3, DEF, 6. More info, scan, pause, button.